So in this video, we're going to talk about some area word problems. So your goal is I can use my knowledge of area to solve real-world problems. So let's go ahead and get started first with some information. So in these real-world problems, we are sometimes going to have to find what's called the shaded region within some shapes. Now, how do you find the shaded region? So here I have two shapes, and in the pink area here, I have what's called a shaded region. So how do I find the area of just the pink part? So let me show you. Step one, you're going to find the area of the larger shape. So the larger shape is this large square on the outside. So let's go ahead and do that first. So that's a square, so its area equals base times height. Area equals, the base is 12, and the height is 12. 12 times 12 is 144, and it's inches squared. Okay, so I did step one. Step two is to find the area of the smaller shape. So the smaller shape is this square right here on the inside. So it's a square again, so we're going to do area equals base times height. Area equals, it has a base of 4 and a height of 4. And 4 times 4 is 16, and we're going to do inches squared. So we did step 2. Now for step 3, oops, that says shape 3. Let's do step 3. We're going to subtract the two areas. So we're going to do 144 minus 16. And when we do 144 minus 16, we get 128 inches squared. And that gives us the area of just the shaded pink region. Okay? Now, you're not going to have to do that in all area word problems, but it's sometimes going to be necessary. So let's look at example 1. A contractor built a house on a rectangular plot of land that is 50 feet wide and 150 feet long. So 50 feet wide and 150 feet long. The footprint of the house is shown on that contractor's blueprint. So here's the house, and then on the green is the land. How much land is left on the plot that is not covered by the house? So it wants to know how much area is the land that's not covered by the house. So what is the area of the shaded region? So to do that, we're first going to find the area of the larger shape. So the larger shape is this big rectangle on the outside. So area equals base times height. Area equals, the base is 150 and the height is 50. So 150 times 50 is 7,500, and that's going to be feet squared. Now I need to find the area of the inside. Now here, this is not just one shape, this is actually a compound shape. So I need to find them and add them together. So I'm going to split it here, but you could also split it a different way if that makes you happier. So I have this little square here, that's going to be area equals base times height. Area equals, so the base is 10 and the height is 10. And so 10 times 10 is 100 feet squared. But then I have this larger rectangle here. Area equals base times height. Area equals, so the base is 30 and the height is 40. And so when I multiply those together, I get 1,200. Now, I need to add these two numbers together in order to get the total house. Okay, now my final step to find the shaded region is I need to subtract the land from the house. So 7,500 minus 1,300. So that's going to leave us with 6,200 feet squared. All right, let's take a look at the next problem. So, the science class is planting tulips this spring for a school project. The shaded area represents the tulips. So this right here is the tulips. Tulips. Okay? What is the area of the garden that is not covered by the tulips? So in this case, it wants the non-shaded region. But we're going to go ahead and do it the exact same way. So first, we need to find the area of the larger shape, which is the rectangle. So area equals base times height. Area equals, so the base is 15 and the height is 6. And so 15 times 6 is 90. Now, since I'm finding the area of the non-shaded region, I'm going to find the area of this triangle here. So, area equals base times height times 0.5. So this triangle here in black has a base of 15, and it has a height, how tall is it? It goes from here to here, of 6 feet, times 0.5. And when you calculate that, you're going to get 45 feet squared. Now, in order to find the non-shaded area, I need to subtract the two together. Oops. So 90 minus 45 is going to give me 45. And so your answer is 45 feet squared. All right, next one. So example 3. Below is a blueprint of Antonio's back deck that he plans to stain. A quart of stain covers 30 square feet. How many quarts will Antonio need to purchase? So you'll notice in this problem, there's no mention of shaded areas, and there's no shaded areas that we can see. So this is a problem where you have a compound figure that you need to find the area of, but then we need to apply it further by finding the cost of how much it would cost to cover the compound figure. Okay? So first, we need to figure out how much area is on Antonio's back deck. So we need to figure out how we're going to cut this shape. Now, I want to say you can do this a lot of different ways. I'm going to do it one way, but if you want to do it a different way, that's fine. I'm going to cut this into two different shapes. I'm going to do a trapezoid up here, and I'm going to do a rectangle down here. So I'm going to start off with my rectangle. Area equals base times height. Area equals, so it has a base of 6 and a height of 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Now I'm going to do the trapezoid. So area equals base 1 plus base 2 times the height times 0.5. So area equals, so my base 1 is from here to here, which is the same as from here to here, which is 10 feet. Now, my base 2 is from here to here, so 10 plus this, which is 6. So 10 plus 6 is 16. Now my height is from here to here, which is 7, times 0.5. 10 plus 16 is 26, times 7, times 0.5. I'm going to multiply all of those together, and I'm going to get an area of 91 feet squared. Now, I'm going to add those two together. So 91 plus 24, and I get 115 feet squared. Now, it says that a quart of stain covers 30 square feet. How many quarts will he need to purchase? So, I'm going to take 115 and divide it by 30. And I get a really long decimal. 3.8333 repeating on forever. Okay? Now, I know for sure that he needs 3 quarts, but he also needs 0.833333 quarts. You cannot go to the store and buy 0.833333 quarts. You just can't go up to the counter and ask for that. You can only buy whole quarts. So, Antonio needs to buy 4 quarts. He will have a little extra left over, but he needs to make sure that he has enough. All right, last problem. A painter needs to paint the front of a house. To determine how much paint he will need, he must figure out the area that will be painted. So here's the house. The area that's painted is going to be the light purple part. What is the area that the painter must paint, represented by the shaded area of the figure at the right? So here we have the door. We're not painting the door. We have this window, and this window, and we are not painting the windows. Everything else is going to be painted. Okay? So, what are we going to do? First, we need to figure out our larger shape, and then we need to go ahead and subtract. But our larger shape is not as easy as a rectangle because it's not one shape. So we're going to have to figure out what it is. So to figure out our larger shape, we're going to have to cut it in half, or not in half, but cut it into a rectangle and a triangle. Okay? So area equals base times height. Area equals, so the base of our house is 34. The height of our the height of our rectangle is 18. So 34 times 18 is 612. Okay? Now we have this triangle part right here that makes up the roof. So area equals base times height times 0.5. Now, the base of the triangle from here to here is the same as this base. It's 34. So area equals 34. Now, what is the height of the triangle from here to here? Well, it actually tells us right here that the height is 6 feet. Times 6 times 0.5. So 34 times 6 times 0.5, and that's going to be 102. So we need to pause here and add these two numbers together in order to get the entire house first. So 612 plus 102. All right, so right now we know that the whole house, including everything, is 714 feet squared. Okay? Now what we need to do is take out the windows and the doors. So let's go ahead and figure those out. Let's do the door first. So the door is a rectangle. Area equals base times height. Area equals, so the base of the door is 4, and the height of the door is 7. 4 times 7 is, 28. All right, now we have a window right here. So we have area equals base times height. Area equals, so the base of the window is 6 feet, and the height of the window is 4.5 feet. So let's do 6 times 4.5, and that's 27. Now, if you notice, this window is the same thing as this window, the exact same dimensions. So we have this, and we can just write area equals 27 again for the other window. Now we have this triangle window at the top. We have a base of 8 and a height of 3. So let's calculate that one. area equals base times height times 0.5 because it's a triangle. Area equals, so again, it was a base of 8 and a height of 3. Base of 8, height of 3 times 0.5. When you multiply all of that together, you get 12 feet squared. Now, I need to add up my windows and doors together. So 28 plus 27 plus 27 plus 12. And you're going to get 94. So, my total house is 714 feet squared. My windows and doors are 94 feet squared. So now I need to subtract the two numbers. 714 minus 94 and that's going to give me 620 as a final answer. All right, that is the end of this lesson, and we will do a lot more practice in class.